Hello my beautiful babes out there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for watching today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new Nomad Cosmetics Fire and Ice palette. This is Iceland themed, so I thought I would do some swatches for you guys, create some looks, and just give you guys my overall thoughts on the palette and whether I think it's worth picking up or not. So if you're interested in seeing all that, then keep on watching. Alright my beauties, welcome. I hope everyone is doing well, and I just want to give you guys all a big thank you for the support on my channel, for the love, for the comments. It just really warms my heart. And to all the new subscribers, thank you so much for joining this little family and making it grow and helping us build a fun, happy, positive community. It just really means a lot to me. So if you are also new here and this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you want to join this little family, then please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video. I do try to post at least 2 to 3 times a week. But now that I got that out of the way, let's get into this video. My sweet pea is back there again, Mojito, and he's knocked out, and like I said, he'll probably be in a lot of my videos since that is his chair. That's his thing now. But ooh, look at this beauty. If you don't know about Nomad Cosmetics, they are a indie makeup brand, and all of their makeup is destination themed. So they usually go and they travel somewhere, they get inspiration, the vibe, the culture, and they create some kind of cosmetics products that come from that inspiration. So sometimes they do palettes, blushes, highlighters, just things like that. And lately they've been releasing palettes. So this one is Iceland themed, and it has just names from Iceland, locations, mythology from them, their history, and the colors and everything is just supposed to be the Iceland vibe. And honestly, this is what I think of when I think of Iceland, and I definitely want to go there. It's on my bucket list of places I've been wanting to visit. Like, just look up photos of Iceland and you'll see how beautiful the landscape looks. And they have those hot water springs. I think it's called the Blue Lagoon. It looks so pretty. It's like a vibrant milky blue color. Like, oh, one day I'm gonna get to go there. One day I'm gonna make it happen. But here it is. Here is the palette. This is $37. It has 15 shades in it. Has a mirror. So in the inside it has that fiery theme. The outside is the icy theme. I really like that and appreciate it. Also, let me show you guys, all of the shades have little imprints in them. I just love that. That's just such a cute little touch that they do with their palettes. So it looks like we have a row of like fiery colors, and then the rest are very cool, you know, blue tones, lavender shades. So a nice little mix and a nice little pop of warmth. Let me pull up the description so I can let you guys know how they describe it on their website. There's 15 breathtaking shades ranging from fiery reds and smoky obsidians of the Icelandic volcanoes to cool grays and icy blues of their glaciers and lagoons. 7 majestic mattes are in here, 6 glimmering shimmers, and 2 dazzling duochromes. It says that this is vegan, cruelty-free, free of phthalates, parabens, and mineral oils. There's no talc and no gluten, so if those are things that are very important to you, that's also really great about this palette. So let's do some swatchies, and then I can create some looks for you guys and then give you guys my final thoughts. Before I get into the looks, I just wanted to point out which ones are the duochromes. So Alfheim is a duochrome, and it says that this one is a lavender with a sapphire shift, and then the other duochrome is Valkyries, which is a violet with a pink shift. So they're kind of subtle and like almost kind of hard to see the shift because they're very subtle, but I just wanted to point those out, that those are the duochromes. So now let's get into the looks. Okay, so I got you guys all zoomed in close to me and Mojito, and I'm going to create a little look here. I did prime my eyes with the MAC Painterly paint pot, and I'm not going to set it. That's how I like to do it. So I'm going to start off with Dark Castles. So with their formula, I like to start off with the darker shade and then work my way to the lighter shades. I feel like that's just the best method with their shadows, and with a lot of shadows I feel that that is the best method. So I'm going to start here And ooh, that is quite pigmented and dark. But I'm just gonna lay that down. I'm probably gonna get a little fallout from this, but I'm just gonna stamp that where I want that shadow to be, and then we'll work on the edges. But I know it's looking I know it's looking crazy right now. Okay, so that's as much as I want to do with that shadow dark castles. Now I'm going to go in with Odin, and I'm going to use that in the inner part and use that to blend out the edge of this darker shade. I'm going to use the same brush and just clean it off. This is a Glam Light brush, and we're going to just get the excess off and start in here. This is a nice like kind of deeper on the grayish tone of teal is how I would describe it. Maybe more like a sagey color. Alright, I think that looks good so far. I feel like I went a little high up on the lid, but I tend to always do that. I guess I just really like maximizing my lid space. But I'm going to go back in the same Glam Light brush and go back into Dark Castles and just make sure I didn't lose too much of the depth that we had here from blending. I wasn't expecting this look to get so dramatic, and within seconds it got dramatic. I'm gonna lay down some glitter primer and then I'll be right back. So what I'm thinking, just to be different, like I would think to go with Elves, but I think I want to use Elfheim is what I'm feeling. And I want to use that all over the lid and see how that looks. Wow, 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 that's so pretty. So I'm just laying that down with this Kaleidos brush. Same brush I used to lay down the glitter primer. And I'm just gonna put that everywhere. So I think that this is a very interesting combination. I wanted to try something different. So I was thinking I was gonna take Elves and use that all in the inner portion. It goes very well with the matte that we have in the crease. Yes, that just ties the look together so well. And that is really pretty. Alright, I really like how that tied the look together. So I'm going to use the same matte on the bottom part. So I'm going to start off with Odin and use that all in the lower part with this pencil brush. It's the same one I was using for the inner corner. This is also from Kaleidos. I'm going to take Dark Castles and use that on the outer edge. Okay guys, so I think that's everything that I'm going to use for shadows on the eyes. So I'm going to go off camera and do some liner, find something for the waterline, figure out something for the lips, put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here's the finished look and I'm living for it. It's kind of like a vampy moment. What do you guys think? I like the little color combination. And look at my little furry thing back there. He is knocked out. It's hilarious. I love how he sleeps. It's so cute. But anyways, so for the look, to finish it up, I went in with the liquid liner from Seraphine Botanicals. I think I got this in a Ipsy box. And then for the waterline, I went in with the Shockwave eyeliner from LA Girl. This is I Vivid. It's a purpley shade and I thought it would tie in really nicely with the lavender shimmer that we have on the lid. And then for the mascara, I went in with the Intimidable Intense mascara from Chanel, and I also used their mascara primer to make a dramatic lash look. And then for the lips, I went in with the lippy pencil from Colourpop in the shade BFF, and then I used one of Zoeva's Pure Matte Lips in the shade Calm Void. It's a nice like cool greigey vampy shade, and I thought it just tied it really nicely with the eye look. But that's how I completed everything. But let's get into the next look. So I'm going to focus on the fiery shades in this palette. My eyes are primed with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot and I did not set it. So I'm going to start off with Hecla and use this Nabla N306 brush and use this all in the crease. I'm going to dust off the excess since these shades are powdery. And I'm just going to work that all in the crease on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Moss Pulhain. is how I think you say it. And I'm going to use that on the outer corner and the inner corner. I'm going to use this little detailed brush from Nomad. What is this? N205 brush. So we can be more detailed with this. Take off the X's and do it here. I'm going to do this kind of at like a diagonal angle, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm going to take this flat shader brush from, what is this from? I think it's from Luxie, and I'm going to get more of the Moss Pulhain shade and kind of pack that on so we can get it to be more vibrant and more intense. Alright, I think that looks good so far, so I'm going to go off camera and put on some NYX glitter primer all in the center, and I'll be right back. Alright, I laid down the glitter primer, so what I'm going to do is go in with Hell, and I'm going to use that on the edge right here and the inner edge. And then we're going to go in with a different shade in the center. So I'm using this flat shader brush from Kaleidos, and I'm just going to put that right down. Oh, that's really pretty. And I'm going to do it here as well. Okay, so I laid that down. I don't know if I did very well at keeping it diagonal, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go on with the Northern Light shade, this bright tealy limey shade, and I'm going to use that in the center just for like a crazy little pop. I just thought that would be fun, right? Oh yes, that is so fun. It's so different. Not something I would think to do, but this palette makes me want to try different methods, different combinations. I just love when you find a palette that inspires you to try different things, and I definitely am inspired by this palette. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with Moss Pulhain and just work that all on the lower part. I feel like this shade is not as pigmented as I would like. I feel like I have to definitely build this up a lot to get color payoff. Yeah, so I'm going to take Elves and use that as my inner corner highlight. Okay, so that is all I'm going to use on the eyes. I'm going to go off camera and do my liner, find something for the waterline, put on some mascara, and figure out something for the lip, and I will be right back. Alright guys, this is the finished look for look number 2. So off camera, I ended up going back into the palette and going in with dark castles on both the inner and the outer part. I felt like the look was lacking depth because these two shades are a little bit more sheer and needs to be built up a lot to get full vibrancy. So on my lips, this is a bright orange. I just thought I would pull in what like the orange vibes of this look. This is from KVD Beauty. This is the shade Milagro. It's like a pumpkin liquid lipstick. I love it. And then on the waterline, I went in with the LA Girl Shockwave liner and the shade Fresh, just to pull in with like that shade in the center. And I did a little wing with the Lunar liner from Seraphine Botanicals, just a subtle wing, nothing too crazy. And then for the mascara, I used the Nabla Major Pleasure Mascara just to vamp up the lashes a little bit, and that is how I completed look number 2. So let's now get into look number 3. So I'm going to take this $1 billion brow brush, and I'm going to start off with Nefheim, and I'm going to use that out in the outer V and into the crease. Ooh, that is a nice blue. Like usual, you should dust it off because these shades are powdery, but that is nice and pigmented. I love a good deep pigmented matte. Alright, that looks really good. That's a really nice pigmented deep blue. So what I want to do is lay down some concealer in the inner part and have like a brighter base to lay down one of the lighter mattes on top, and just do that. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. So I'm going to get a flat shader brush I'm going to go and use Nor, and I'm gonna lay that down. I'm just gonna pack that on into the concealer and start here at the edge. And I'm gonna use another matte in the inner part. I'm just gonna lay that on the tacky concealer. So I'm gonna go in with Frig, and I'm gonna use that in the inner portion. And I'm gonna pack that on in the inner part. I'm actually really liking this concept so far. So I'm gonna go back in the original blender brush that I was using with the dark blue. I'm just gonna kind of blend up here on the edge a little bit, and I'm going to go back in Nifham, and I'm gonna use that back in the edge and just bring that depth back. And I'm gonna bring a little bit of that up in here. Alright guys, I'm really loving how this whole matte look is coming out. All the blues are just flowing really nicely into each other, and they're all nice and pigmented. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the lower lash line, and I'm going to use God's Waterfall. So I do need some kind of shimmer and look. I just can't do completely matte. I'm a shimmer girl. So I'm going to go in there. I think maybe I should wet the brush so we can get it fully pigmented. That looks really pretty. It's a really nice shimmer. So I'm gonna take this little pencil brush, and I'm gonna take some of Nifham and use that on the edge just to connect to the top here. I'm gonna keep the depth in the corner and the bottom as well. Alright, so for the inner corner, I'm gonna use River Glacier. I'm gonna use the same brush I was using for God's Waterfall. And I'm gonna use that and wrap that all in the inner part. Ooh, that's super vibrant. It is so high shine. So I'm gonna just connect that down into the bottom. And do that on the other side. So now I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna figure out something for the waterline, do a wing, get some mascara, and finish up this look. But I will be right back. Alright guys, here is the finished look, and I love this. I feel like it's different from what I would normally do, and I'm having fun with makeup, and that is what's important, is to have fun. And this palette is definitely making me just try new things. So what I did off camera was I did a wing, and I went in with the Steel gel liner from Melt. This is one of their new gel liners. It's kind of a metallic-y navy blue tealy shade, and I thought I would just do a wing with that, and I really like how it came out. It just added so much to the look. And then for the waterline, I went in with the Colourpop eyeliner in the shade Prance, a little bit of a light blue pop there. And then for my mascara, I went in with my Nabla Major Pleasure mascara. And then for the lips, I'm using one of the We Makeup lipsticks in the shade Hualalai Umber, which is also shade 9. It's kind of a cool toned chocolatey shade, and I just love it. It has like a nice sheen. It's nice and satiny, and I'm just really feeling this look. So this was look number 3, and I'm feeling so inspired that I'm going to do one more look for you guys. So I'm gonna take this little brush. It's like an Ipsy brush I got, and I'm gonna go in with Dark Castles, and I'm just gonna use that a little bit in the outer corner. Nothing too dramatic this time. I'm gonna try to just keep it more toned down in this one, but I just want to lay that down first on the outer part. So I think that looks good so far. So I'm gonna go in with Uden right here, and I'm gonna use that all in the crease and over the edge of dark castles like I did in the first look, just not as extreme, just not taking it as high up. So I think that looks good for now. I'll come back and work on the blend. So I'm gonna lay down some glitter primer and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the glitter primer is laid down. So I'm gonna start off with Gallows Lava and use the Alamar brush I was using to lay down the glitter primer. And I'm gonna start laying that down. This is a nice, like, kind of smoky green, which I don't mind at all. Okay, so in the inner part, I'm gonna take Northern Lights. Keep the green vibes going. I'm gonna try something adventurous. So I know the look is really green, but I think I wanna figure out how to incorporate Valkyries, because I didn't use it in any look. So I'm gonna try that in the inner corner and see if I like that. Oh my god, I think that's cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this in the inner corner and just bring like a little pop of blue into a very green look. Then I'll take some of Nord in the inner part. And then I'm going to take some of Uden on the outer portion. And then I'm gonna take Dark Castles to deepen out the edge, You know what, guys? I don't know if I'm really feeling this. I don't know if I'm liking the blue in the inner part. It was something different. So I'm gonna scratch that plan. I'm gonna kind of lighten it up here. It's not my favorite. So I'm gonna go over that with the Northern Lights shade, and I'm gonna cover that up because I'm not feeling the blue vibe there, so, which is okay. I thought I would try and see, but I just don't like it, so I'm gonna cover that up. Yes, I am happy I went and stuck with that. I don't know, it was just throwing me off, the color combination. I'm gonna go into Uden with this fluffy brush over this part and down here. I think that's so much better. I'm gonna have to use Valkyrie like another way, probably better with like the blues. It just, maybe if it was like a lot lighter it would work, but I wasn't feeling it, so this is much better. So I'm gonna go do some liner and mascara and all that good stuff off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is the completed look number 4, and I think it looks beautiful. I love the green, sagey, smoky green vibes in this look, and I'm just really feeling this one. But to complete the look, I went in with my Seraphine Botanical Lunar Liner to do a wing, and then on the lips I have the Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick in Easy. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not like glitter, but there's a little bit of a sheen, and I think it looks really pretty. It's a nice little nude. And then for my mascara, I just went in with the Chanel Imitable Intense Mascara. I didn't use the primer. And then in the waterline, I went in with the LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner in the shade I Gotcha. Alright, that was everything for look number 4. Alright, I decided last minute to film one more look because I couldn't go without filming a look with this dual chrome. Sorry, my voice is a little raspy. It's early morning and I'm about to go into the office, and I was like, I'm just gonna film the look that I decided to create for work. So I'm gonna start with Enough Time. Yes, so you guys see I wear colorful makeup to work, no shame. So I'm gonna just start with that. Like I said, I like to start with the darkest shade. I need more coffee. I have my cat mom cup. I'm such a crazy cat lady. Alright, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna do my lower lash line the same. I'm gonna start with the blue on the outer part. So I'm going to take the same brush And I'm gonna go into Nomad now and use that on the rest of the lash line. Alright, I think that's good enough. So I'm gonna lay down some glitter primer and I'll be right back. Alright, the glitter primer is laid down, so I'm going to go in with Valkyrie's. I'm gonna use it all over the lid. Just have to use the shade. That is so pretty. You know, I kind of wish that there was like a purple matte in here, or like a lavender matte. Would have been nice. This still looks really pretty with the blue. Can you guys see the shift at all? This has like a pinky shift to it. It's very subtle, but it's very, very pretty on the eyes. So I'm gonna take this little brush that I was using for the lower lash line. It's from BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna use Alpine as the inner corner highlight for this. Use some more of that purple. I like that. That looks so pretty. So I just want slightly more pop in the inner corner, so I'm gonna go over a little bit with a River Glacier right in the center, just right there. Yes, that was just a little extra that I needed. I think that looks good, so I'm gonna go do my liner, mascara, everything off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, here is the finished look, and I think this is really pretty. I like the mix of the blues and the purples. I'm just feeling this vibe. I always love a cool tone moment, so I really do hope you guys like this look. But to complete it, I used my Nabla Major Pleasure mascara. In the waterline, I went in with the Colourpop shade Prance for eyeliner, and then on the lips, I'm using the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade Muted. It's a kind of grayish beigey shade, and that's how I completed this look. So let's just wrap this video. Now that I've gotten a chance to create 5 looks with it, I have some thoughts on this palette. I think it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. I love the color story in here. I feel like it's so unique, and it makes me want to just try different color combinations, and I had a lot of fun playing with this. So the things that I do want to note for you guys, these 2 shades right here, these warm mattes, they're on the sheer more buildable end, so they don't go on as opaque as I would like them to go, and I feel like I can't even build them up to look as vibrant in the pan as they look. So I don't know if it's just the technique I was using. I just couldn't get that vibrancy that I wanted. And my cat's scratching at the door, but I gotta make this quick because I need to leave. And for the duochromes, they're really pretty, but they're very subtle. You can't see the shift that much. They're not like extreme duochromes. Also, the mattes are on the powdery side, so they do have kickback in the pan, and they can cause fallout on the eye. So I definitely recommend dusting off the excess on your brush before you go in with it on your eyes, or doing your eye makeup before you do your face makeup. And besides that, everything was really nice. The darker mattes in here are super blendable, nice and pigmented. The other like lighter mattes are also super pigmented and very nice. The shimmers are beautiful, metallic, creamy. They're easy to go on the eyes. They work well with either a brush or your finger. I would recommend using a glitter primer or a wet brush if you really want to maximize the metallic sheen from these shimmers. But overall, I think that you would be really, really happy with this palette if you picked it up. If you like the color story, if you like to do like different looks and just mix up colors, I think you would have so much fun with this palette. So I highly recommend it. I think it's beautiful. I love the Icelandic theme. I like that it teaches you about destinations every time you try one of their palettes. So I just had a very nice time using this, and I used all the shades, and I think overall they were all very nice. So that was my final thoughts on everything. I hope that this video was helpful and letting you know whether this palette was right for you or not. But let me know in the comments below if you picked up this palette, if you're planning to, or just your overall thoughts on my video, the looks. I love hearing from all of y'all. And if you are new here and you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family we got going on. And don't forget to check out the description. I'll have the palette linked, any information like other makeup that I used on my face today, as well as my contact information. I'm on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle. I'll have my name pop up here. If you want to check me out there, I would love for you guys to join my Instagram fam as well. And also, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. But that was everything, guys. I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you love and light. But until next time, bye guys.